Good afternoon. Today is Monday, February 2nd. It's 5:30 PM. I'm going to call the Board of Selectmen meeting to order. Charlie.
Is here.
Steve?
Here.
Ann?
Here.
Jenny?
Yeah.
And I'm Andy and I'm here. First item on the agenda is approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes tonight, one for December 15th and one for January 20th. I'll accept a motion on either or.
I move that we kept the minutes December 15th. I could second that.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes of December 15th. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Tuesday, the 20th.
Can I do a correction or suggest a correction?
Okay,
On section 5A. Under the waterfront development project. When you go about 2/3 down the page, it says, we can accept pledges for donations of which we have gotten pledges of, it's $1,900. That's what I said, $1,900, not $900.
Instead of 900.
29,000.
good catch. Yep.
Well, that's personally, I'll pay too. And I believe it's more. I've been told it's more now, but.
Good.
Any other changes? Can I have a motion?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Motion carries.
Just a comment, if you would. What's the minutes, the quality has improved significantly.
It's Marissa doing.
Is that?
Yeah.
They're very complete.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I noticed.
Yeah, well, she does apologize. She got a little behind with them because budgets and all that stuff, so.
Mm. Well,
Once she takes the draft, makes the change and takes the draft off it, final version, it'll get posted to the website.
Yeah, she should be commended for important improvement.
I'll let her know.
Readability, completeness, nice.
Thank you. I don't know.
Okay, let's move on to the transfer station fees.
Greg's here tonight.
Yeah, Greg's here. We're gonna do a public hearing on this. We're not sure if we have to or not. We're waiting for legal to get back to us. We believe it's been taken care of, that we don't have to do this for the transfer station. But at this time, we're gonna have hold a public hearing just to cover all the bases. Craig, you want to explain all of this, please?
Yeah, well, as you guys know, the fees have gone up a little bit. Part of the other reason is we get a lot of unsorted C&D down there. In other words, there's metal in it, plastic, and things that you maybe want to take out.
What does C&D stand for?
Construction debris.
Okay, thank you.
Everybody always calls it, but what they call it C&D.
Okay.
Construction and debris, I guess. So anyway, it's part of it's just to go up so we can keep level and not lose money on it. The other part is the unsorted. It takes us a while to take all that metal out, so I want to charge the people who aren't doing that more. 15 cents versus 10. So I want to go from 8 to 10. And then 15 for that. And along with the shingles too, we go up the same with shingles.
So does that also include the trucking fees?
It does. I mean, we can, yeah, we'll be a little bit better than break even if I didn't change anything. But it wouldn't pay for any maintenance. We wouldn't put any money in the bank or things like this. This will give you a little more money down there in the transfer station. in case something happens. Although we don't put anything in capital reserve, we could, but
We should.
we don't. But if we did, this little increase could go towards that. You'd still have the same amount that you enjoy.
Do we?
Hey, how old's your compactors down there?
The compactor's original 1994, so it just worries me that someday that's gonna go. That's like a $30,000 expense. But we do maintenance on it every year. They do PMs and things like that, so I don't have any reason to say it's gonna break, but it's from 1994.
It's not engineered to last forever.
What's the difference between sorted and unsorted? C&D.
Well, if it was just wood, I wouldn't have to pull the metal, like,
Well, wood comes with nails.
well, I mean, like, people are throwing tires, tire rims, and they know it when it goes in. There might be a dishwasher in there. I've seen, all kinds, all different air conditioners. They go over the scale, but we still have to get in there by hand and pull that stuff out.
Okay, but what,
We could just charge 10% across the board. That's up to you guys. I thought I'd bring it to your attention, but we do have to go in there. It takes us a
yeah,
few hours.
I mean, the labor is the problem and
Yeah.
I can see needing sorting, but I think you have to define what is.
It's basically
sorted.
metal, just metal.
With nails.
No, not nails. I mean, if wood comes in with nails,
Yeah.
Metal.
it would be big items like tires, air conditioners, appliances.
Okay,
It's these people that do house cleanouts and they just throw everything.
okay, but you're not talking about drywall mixed with wood.
Nope, I don't care about that. That's what's supposed to be in there.
Okay, is there gonna be some explanation of this, some document so that people can understand what the sorting requirement is?
Well, I could make something up,
Other than that, you're gonna get a bunch
but
of
they
people.
know people know what unsorted is. I could write something up and bring it
Yeah,
to you.
cause I didn't know, so.
Yeah. It's like that in other transfer stations too. And I figured we might as well jump on the bandwagon and charge for that. I mean, why let people get away with putting air conditioners in when there's an additional cost for an air conditioner, that costs money.
And plus, yeah, that should be recycled differently, or a washing machine it should go in the metal pile, right? I mean, something's gotta.
So they'll bring a big container and that'll be on the bottom and we won't know it really until they dump it. But once they dump it, they see it and Shelley can say, hey, that's unsorted. Once it goes on the ground, we know it.
Yeah.
And then she can adjust it.
Frank, what's it cost us to get rid of a air conditioner?
It's $10 to get rid of it.
For the town to get rid of it
Yeah,
in a washing machine?
that's metal, so it's nothing. The reason an air conditioner, we have
It's
to have it
because
sucked
of the
out.
premium kind of stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you brought a washing machine, it's all metal, so we just make money on that anyway,
Okay.
light iron price.
Would we be wise to go up an extra penny on each one of those?
So right now, our cost is 0.062 cents to get rid of that.
And you're going to 10 cents? Okay, so we don't need to do that. You've already figured that in.
It cost me 6.062 cents right now. It used to cost me.
And that includes the trucking fee.
Yeah, it used to cost me 5 cents. But
Yeah.
things are going up and so I just don't want to get behind on it and it's not gonna cost the user that much more, but in the end, at the end of the year, if you add up, we shipped out 1 million pounds of C&D last year, so multiply 0.03 times a million.
That's a 25% increase from 8 to 10. I mean, that's not nothing.
It's not, but I mean, it might be
I mean,
$12 for you if you brought something to the average person. Or we could leave it at 8 cents if you guys so choose, but that's up to you guys. That's why we're having a hearing.
I mean, it's a delicate balance between not penalizing people for repairing their homes.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, commercial users, that's a different category.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that should be.
Well, one thing to bear in mind too, when somebody brings in say they demoed a house and they pour all the walls out,
Right.
and if it rains the next day, I pay for that weight. We can't reclaim that. There's no coverage over that.
Hmm.
So that's another way to help keep that cost down.
We talked about that before, of perhaps finding a way to cover some of that?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to take some of the profits at the end of the year, but we'd have to figure out a way to
You do it.
keep some money down there in the transfer station.
So you say-
Or just say, hey, we made an extra $30,000 this year. I make a motion, we buy a cover.
So, Craig, what
C&D,
you're
that's
really
it.
saying to us, is we really not have enough money put aside to make sure that we can do adequate replacements. We don't, if we had CIP, we'd be in trouble, is that you, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we have a failure of our system and a piston breaks, that means, the
Okay,
motor goes.
or if we wanted a cover for the C&D pit. You know,
Yeah, there's
just
nothing that
That
would have
wasn't
come out of the
budgeted
general.
for.
Yeah, to cover for the pit, that makes sense, because
Yeah.
we're paying for the water that ran.
Right, yeah, that's kind of like no brainer, it's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay,
So this just covers everything, I try to keep it a little ahead of it. And it's still really competitive to the most transfer stations out there anyway.
you have an example of that?
Well, like other ones are 10, 12 cents already, up to 12 cents. You go to Meredith, Molten Borough.
So we're not gonna be more.
No, maybe less.
And we're not talking about mattresses here, right?
No,
Well,
that's
that
the
is
other
on
one
the
you're
next
gonna
one.
talk about.
That's
the
covered.
next page.
Mhm.
Okay, we'll save the front, we're best for last.
That's the next page.
Okay, so on the shingles. You're saying bring it up to
10 cents. Keep it-
bring it up to 10 cents, okay, and that will still cover the haul fee.
That will. Right now, with the haul fees of what I paid the last 2025, it cost me 0.075 cents. And that keeps going up because for some reason shingles cost us more money to get rid of than anything. Well, I think that trucking is outrageous on that. We pay a lot of money for trucking.
Pretty dense and heavy.
They're heavy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that one's really tight. So we need to make something a little bit on that just for who knows what's gonna happen in 2026 with the prices. And we only ship once a year, so it's not like I can't forecast that out very well.
You can't see the trending upward because you're only shipping once.
Yeah.
Because we could revisit it again midway through the year if you did a couple of shipments and it steadily increased.
Yeah.
But one and done.
You're chasing the market.
And there's only one place that takes C&D, and that's in Maine. I have to ship that to Maine. That's why it costs so much.
And so there's no real competition, it's just,
Nobody in New Hampshire does it.
So what's our yearly cost of getting rid of C&D? You have an estimate?
Geez, did I write that down in there? I don't know, $68,000, I think. But it was all recovered in fees.
Yeah, you got paid for it, but,
Yeah, I got rid $68,000.
okay,
But the users paid for that plus.
yeah,
We made-
it'd be nice if we didn't have that $68,000 bill.
Well, we don't. It goes into the general fund.
Hmm.
That is 100%.
That's not helping us with pay the taxes, so we don't care what fund it goes.
Well, it does.
Well, it's offsetting the revenue against
It offsets
it.
tax.
I said, but I mean, if the charge went away,
Oh, well, yeah.
okay,
you'd have to
yeah,
pay
that's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then everybody in the town pays for it, not the users. Right now, the users are paying for what they throw away.
what they throw
Yeah,
away.
you know,
Used to
listen,
be before we got the scales, I never.
He's not getting it.
yeah, you're not getting it, but okay.
No, no,
We're not
but,
here to talk about that.
yeah, no, I know what you mean, but.
And then there's silence.
All right, so what are we supposed to do with this?
So,
Supposed to-
Just make.
Well,
do we have any further questions for Craig? I'm gonna close the public hearing.
Well, do you want to open it up for any comments?
Yeah, anybody got any comments out there in the field?
Did you want to address the mattresses too? or
We'll
is
get
it-
there,
Oh, that's another one.
yeah.
Hearing no comments?
Yeah, hearing no comments, I'll make a motion that we increase the C&D to 10 cents per pound. unsorted building debris to 15 cents per pound and shingles to 10 cents per pound.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that just a clear definition of the sorting requirement.
I'll get that to Ron.
So we all know what it is, and then I would second it.
Go ahead, add it.
Okay, yeah, so we want to have a clear definition of the sorting requirement that's published at the town, at the website of town
We'll
hall.
post it.
Right, posted.
And posted at transfer station.
Right, the transfer, obviously, yes. Okay. Thank you. I would second that.
So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Now to the mattresses. Greg, you want to explain this again, please?
Well, everybody in the whole district is going through this. It's a problem. Nobody wants to take mattresses in their landfill anymore because it takes up so much space. Now, when we renegotiate, we could renegotiate something better and, I don't think Casella's not taking it, but there may be another person to haul, but we're gonna renegotiate our terms. But right now, Casella doesn't want that in their landfill. It takes up so much space and then they pop up once they drive over it with that loader and the bulldozer. So they want to recycle every single mattress that comes to them. So their cost, it's $35, but I have to stick as many as I can in a truck and bring them to Littleton. Or I can go with a company that I presented to you guys for the same price, and they'll pick them up here at our transfer station. So it saves me trucking fees.
We're still talking 40 cents.
What's that?
We're just still talking $40 a mattress.
Yeah, $35.
We gotta be getting it done.
Or you guys could choose just to absorb the cost if that's what you so choose.
Well,
I mean,
we talked about an alternative. Did anybody look at grinding the mattresses up right here?
we've been looking, but they're very expensive.
Yeah. Their pricing.
How pricey?
Well, I think we determined we have like, what, $12,000 a year and at $40 would be $12,000 a year to get rid of mattresses.
You're probably gonna need about 280,000 more dollars to get a
To get a
grinder.
grinder,
Yeah.
how much they are.
They're expensive. Then you gotta maintain them.
All right, well, that's the number, yeah.
I think maybe we could try to see if there's some grant monies out there or something maybe coming up that would help us. I don't know.
Oh, we've got that one grant due in February, but I don't think that gives us enough time, the end of February. I don't
Yeah.
think that gives us enough time to do the research.
I'll see what I can come up with.
Is that what for the New Hampshire the Beautiful?
I'm sorry,
Is that the New Hampshire the Beautiful grant?
MBRC.
that's in BRC, yeah.
So we don't differentiate mattresses by size, twin size, king size.
Right.
The little tiny kids
Yeah, look,
barely twin or a bunk bed mattress is the same as that
You
king?
bundle 5 together.
Really?
Visit one.
I think it's you know.
what about the box spring? Is that,
No, I'm not gonna, they do charge for those, but because we have a big heavy loader, I'm gonna crush them up.
okay, that's,
It's not gonna be a mattress box spring anymore, so.
all right, so we don't have to
Right
have,
now, we do charge for box springs, but if you guys,
yeah,
we
so
can just,
at $35 each, now it's 70.
we can charge the same price for a box spring and just the actual weight of it. I think it's $7 for a box spring. But we just charge the same price for that. I think I can crush it up with a loader easy enough. But that's what we do now, so they haven't complained about that.
Cause it looks like C&D.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's, yes, wood and,
Yeah, it's not spring.
Wooden springs.
Well, box springs don't, they're, yeah, they don't have much.
so right now, I'm saying just the top mattress, unless they complain later, and I'll come back to you guys, but we can deal with the box spring.
So you're asking for $35.
It's the going rate, that's the contract, if you choose to sign it, or we can charge whatever you want and get back charged and help the consumer out if you want. Just like you do the MSW, the solid waste, the town pays for the solid waste.
Yeah,
My concern with this is finding them all over the community.
I wonder what that number is when people just start dumping them. I don't know, is there, historically, have we ever, I mean, in the past, do we have any reference to?
Well, I've been to a few meetings and there's other towns that jumped on this before we did, you know, I think I presented this back in November, but when we go to the meetings, I haven't heard of any other towns saying, hey, we're picking up a lot of mattresses.
So I guess.
So I don't know.
We'll play it by ear.
You want to see how it goes?
Just give
It
it a try.
sounds like it's, people are paying it. I don't know.
God bless the people.
That's a lot of money to come out of a tight budget, if you're, whatever, it just is.
It is a lot of money. I mean, the alternative is they could take that mattress apart themselves with a utility knife, take the foam off and throw it away for free inside our compactor and put the metal for free in the metal pile. So if you have a mattress and you wanna
Do it for free.
do it for free, you
We
can
do
just
that
cut that.
That'd be another piece of information that would be nice to post.
A foam, well,
Well, people, you know,
Yes, I mean,
well, we
you
can
know,
tell people that.
Yeah.
If you wanna.
well, look, alternative to $35, you know, get your mattress taken apart and bypass the fee.
And the
I want
purpose for a
something that
commercial
don't be-
meat slicer.
Hey, there's a lot of handy people in this town, you know what I mean? For $35, you're
You
gonna.
start seeing slivered mattresses coming.
but yeah, you know, we have a very, independent, they have skills. They have tools.
Yes,
I mean, there are a lot of people in this community
yeah,
who
very handy.
who work with it, who do
Provide
a
an
lot-
alternative that, you know, make $35 at.
you know, save $35. I don't know.
No, we can tell, we'll tell people that when they bring it in. The
Yeah.
alternative is you can
Yeah, take it
all
apart
the
and, you
fabric
know,
off
and
and
describe what taking it apart means,
Yeah.
you know?
we can do that. I mean, I've never done it. but-
Don't forget to have it posted on the website too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put
He
it.
does
I
it.
do.
But you really gotta
You'll do
describe what you
video
gotta do.
demo.
You're gonna
Yeah, I've never
you
done
gotta-
it.
Demonstration.
Google it.
$35.
Zero.
It would just have to come in as metal.
Yeah,
It's not a bad idea, Steve.
What's that?
The
Demo tape.
demo tape for demoing a mattress.
There you go. That's right.
I still like the
Like,
meat
so
slicer
on
right here.
Public service announcement.
YouTube.
Start seeing them go through chippers.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, but,
You have to offer.
knowledge is
people
power.
Alternatives because, you know, money's tight and you know, in our town especially, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of people, don't have to worry about it, but we got a lot of people.
Who do have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And who have skills, abilities and tools.
Right, and
Okay.
and they rely on that for their, you
Yeah.
know, survival.
So I'm gonna make a motion to raise the current mattress fees from $7 to $35 for the mattress, not the box spring. The box spring will continue to be $7.
I can second it.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion?
Does this take effect immediately?
Yeah, when did you wanna? Do you wanna make a date so people can prepare or do you wanna?
215, middle of the month.
Yeah, 215.
Yes, sir, yeah.
Sounds good.
I'll put a notice down there.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. While we're at the transfer station, there is a new recyclable. Your baggies, your bread wrappers, all of that stuff is recyclable. Even your pellet bags, if you can stretch it,
Yep.
it's recyclable. We don't get any money for it, but if you get a ton of it or half a ton of it, they get entered into a contest and there's tables and benches. They thought they could, Trex benches, they thought they could, if they get one, we could put it in a park someplace. So I think at some point in time, we'll see that there'll be some money for it. But right now, I think this is just and they're recycling it into these Trex boards, so,
Does that include supermarket bags?
yes.
Yeah.
If you could,
Yeah.
what I was told is, If you
I
can-
asked that
Push it.
the information be put on the website. It hasn't hit the website yet.
I mean, that's huge.
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you guys.
If you,
in the
if it'll,
supermarket-
if you can make your finger, make a dent,
Yeah.
you know, push it, then,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
if it tears, it's not.
right.
I'm getting 2, 3 items to a bag. By the time I get, finish one shopping trip, I've got 20 bags.
Yeah.
That's stuff. Even when you scrunch it down.
It's gonna take a while to make a bail, right?
Wow.
But I think-
Littleton did a trial. It took Littleton a year to make a bail out of, the shopping bags. And that's a bigger community. than
But
ours.
imagine, what's that like in a landfill? I mean, that stuff lives forever, doesn't it?
No, I think that breaks down nowadays.
Yeah.
It does, but.
Oh, but not
It's
quickly.
good. I think more with pellet bags, that'll help. A lot of people burn pellets in their town, so that's
Yeah.
really dense. So that'll help.
I think that's gonna be helpful.
So
It's
when you
gonna
pellet
take a lot of Walmart bags, because they're pretty thin.
Yeah.
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 And your Ziplocs, all that stuff.
Okay, the next thing we have on the agenda. Assessing contract renewal. We don't have to sign this tonight. We have to approve it so it can go to DRA. So hourly assessing for 26 is $96 an hour. For 27, it's $97 an hour. So service for pickups is $72 an hour. And in 27, it goes up to 74. I'll pass this around so everybody can look at it.
Yeah.
My understanding on this is we don't get a whole lot of choice here. There's not a good shopping market for this.
No,
Is that right?
Yep.
Zero.
So basically, that's the way it is.
I think, I saw on NHMA, I think there was a couple of towns that are looking. But I haven't heard that they were successful finding anybody.
So what happens when she goes away? I mean.
Well, it's the company she works for.
Okay, all right.
Which I believe she's a part owner, but I'm not
Is she?
positive.
I don't know.
Plus LLC, probably partner.
She's a managing member.
Yeah.
Partner.
Yeah.
Well, pretty matter of fact, you saw this thing.
Mhm.
Okay. So I'll take a motion.
Keep a copy.
What is the motion for? What are we doing?
To keep the second firm.
Yeah,
That's it, yeah.
To accept this,
Comment for
contract.
Leader Perkins LLC. And this is not a renewal, it's a new contract.
Right, 2-year.
For
Right.
the
Yes.
same- basically the
2-year
same as the
contract.
previous
Yeah.
one?
I believe the last one was 3 years.
And
I could be wrong. It's
Yeah.
stuff all runs together.
At the rate stipulated.
And obviously, it's, you get the approval tonight from you folks, it'll go to DRA tomorrow, and then if they bless it, then we'll be
We'll have
calling
to
for
sign it.
signatures.
So was that a motion, Charlie?
That was a motion.
I'll second it. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is the grant for the beach. Ron, you want to explain it?
Yeah, so we had a meeting, so normally I think it's Lake Region Planning that handles the MDRC grant, but they're pretty busy right now, so it's been handed off to North Country Council.
Okay.
We had a meeting with them and they asked why we hadn't accepted the grant yet. And it's like, well, we're waiting for the vote of the people. They said, well, we really need you to accept it on the condition that you're awaiting the vote and the match monies, which is spelled out in that email.
Okay.
But in order to reserve the funds, but also so that North Country Council can be reimbursed for the work they do helping us with this grant moving forward. Even if we choose to not, if the voters say no and we don't have the match money, we back out, they're still able to get paid from NRBC. So
What do we have to do to effectuate that?
basically authorized me to sign that, and then once the vote happens in March, if it's in the affirmative, then we'll let them know that we get the yes vote, and then we'll get a notice to proceed. If the vote is no, then we'll withdraw from the grant. And
Is there a cost for that withdrawal?
no,
So we're basically accepting the grant pending.
we're accepting it pending the vote of the people for the, I was very clear, we don't have the wishes yet because the vote hasn't happened.
Right,
And it's all contingent on that, and they were well aware of that, and they said that's not a problem. They want to set aside the 50,000, and then any time that North Country Council spends working with us on the grant submission, they'll get reimbursed for it, even if we pull back the grant. So
We need a motion to accept that. I'll make the motion that we accept the grant.
a second.
And we also need to, in the motion, it needs Ron to be able to sign.
And we authorize Ron as the,
I'm there to sign up.
Yeah.
as the signatory.
I'll second
Okay,
that.
so I have a motion and a second to accept the grant and allow our town manager to sign for the grant. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Any abstentions?
I'm for the town making up their minds as long as they have all the information.
Mhm.
So I will vote yes to let the town make up their mind.
You want me to email you a copy of this so you have it for your record? Okay. Anybody else want me to email this to you tomorrow? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so next we have the code of ethics, proposed code of ethics. This is the first time we've chatted about it. It's a guideline to help all employees, all elected officials. It's to help all of us. So what do we got for discussion?
Well, I'd like to tell a little story in introducing myself to this topic. And maybe we'll get something out of it. I took this and quickly read it just at face value and went through it. And my initial reaction was, oh my goodness, I mean, so complicated and a lot of legalese in here and it's kind of onerous and I mean, what are we signing? But then I went back and I did some homework. And as I went through this, I realized that there's nothing new in here, that I could ferret out. That virtually everything I checked was covered by New Hampshire state statutes.
Yes.
And so, I mean, literally, all of this is implicit in working for a government entity in New Hampshire. There's nothing in it that stood out. Now, I even checked, I noticed there are no penalties prescribed here because legally there can't be because we are voting for this as a board as opposed to taking it to town meeting. So it doesn't reach the level of an ordinance.
Policy.
It's policy, it's internal policy that, the town can use, or we can reference it. So put a whole different perspective on what we're doing here. Now, my criticism of it doesn't say that anywhere. You know, in the preamble, I would think at least, you know, you would tell somebody signing this that, hey, by the way, whether you sign this or not, it really doesn't matter because this is all implicit in New Hampshire statute. And really at the end, when you sign it, well, whether you sign it or not, you're still going to be held accountable to this standard because it's New Hampshire state statute. And so what you're signing is an acknowledgement that we informed you, you know, you read it, you understood it, and you know, and thank you very much. And that you agree to be bound by the terms. But I think that's, you know, most of us get that in our oath, right? And it's so it's almost duplicated there, but so as
It's a quick study guide for someone that can't research it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it didn't come off that way. And
Yeah.
that's my criticism here.
Probably because the legal handled most of the
Yeah,
dissertation of it,
Yeah.
you know.
you know, I mean, I tend to be somebody who likes things to be a little more friendly, especially when they're legalese. But somebody did point out a reason to do that, to make it more friendly, because in an environment where some people are not compensated, as in volunteers, you know, I think we all have a certain risk of litigation by participating. You know, you do something wrong or somebody challenges you, you know, that's accepted. But you don't want to scare people off, especially in a non-paying appointment where not only are they not getting paid, but they may be subject to litigation, you know, based on the terms of some, you know, document that maybe has stringent ethics in it.
So there is afforded reasonable protections by our insurance company for board members and committee members. I would say that being aware of all this actually is a benefit and affords you better protections because you are advised of this, you know, and the insurance company is going to be more acceptable to accepting potential litigation if we have informed board members, committee members, and staff. Because just, you know, they don't like to hear, well, I didn't know. No one ever trained me, no one ever told me, kind of thing. So yeah, this might have been maybe a little softer and more plain language, but
I think it's important you know that you're subject to this, whether you sign it or not. This is nothing in addition.
Because it's a policy.
It's not a burden being put on you by the town of Ashland. It just is. You know?
Well, maybe that can be explained if we enact this policy, that when it goes out, that
I'd like it in the preamble, you know, that this is, you know, based on New Hampshire, you know, existing New Hampshire statutes that go back 100 years and have been, you know, adjudicated and adjusted, and you know it's fair and balanced, and you know, and at the end you sign it that you saw it, not that you walk away with the impression of, oh my God, I have to get my lawyer. Well, that was my initial, you know, that was my initial reaction to it. I gotta call my lawyer. You know.
Well, if you have some suggested verbiage, we can add another bullet.
Because, you know, I'm looking at this, because, you know, we're saying, you know, we get board members, we get employees. And different people are good at different things, so, you know, and it's like, so are we going, this is my back of my mind. So are we gonna pay for them to have a lawyer sitting there while they're reading this to tell them what they're signing? Because, because it is that, it's written in legalese in a lot of it. It is, and so does the municipal association have a simplified normal, just
Actually, theirs is more is legalese also. Mr. Buckley is the one that crafted theirs.
because I thought it was, there were parts of it, I wasn't sure what I was you know, it was just complicated. And, I get concerned, you know, it's like, you scare people away.
Yeah.
And then, what, you know, in plain language, what are the rules? And I don't, this gets into reads, and I'm married to an attorney, so sometimes we, it's like, can you just, what is it? And I think it's, and it's long.
And unfortunately, there's nothing about this that's simple.
No,
There's
It's
things.
not a simple topic.
And there's things missing there. For example, there are special rules of ethics for, there's an RSA for zoning board, there's an RSA of ethics for the planning board.
Mhm.
So I mean, it goes beyond even what's here, and it's a very difficult subject, and that's why we have lawyers. But I think to make, at a minimum, to make people feel, that they're not signing, a litigation risk. You just say, no, I mean, we're just here to inform you. This is implicit in working in a government organization in New Hampshire, and we just want you to know about it. And I think your point is very good for your own protection, so that, you have a code of ethics and you know what
Right.
is acceptable behavior.
Mhm.
But simplification, anything you can do is a plus.
I think it's pretty, I'm not ready to vote for that. I just think it's onerous. It's hard to understand what I'm responsible for without going back and reading it, taking more notes. And
Yeah, this one was selected, from a town that fully vetted it through an expensive legal process, legal, the ones that fully vetted it and they adopted it. Doesn't mean you have
and
to.
they understand,
It's an
and
example.
I'm always like, well, what does that mean? Because they'll use terms that they know what they mean because they're very specific legal
Right.
terms, but the non-lawyer person, it's not in their vocabulary.
It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
I will read it again.
There's no rush on this.
Yeah, no, that's,
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
this
why
is-
we're
this is
sitting
the
here
first time
talking
we're
about
talking
this.
about it.
Maybe I'll look around and see, because
Yeah.
I am just, it's long, I'm just looking and thinking it's like people I know, if they would even get through it to read it, they wouldn't,
So maybe one of the things that we need to understand is when we give the employee this, or the oncoming board member, when we give it to them, somebody needs to explain to them what's going on, and that should be the town manager.
Yeah. Or at least you tell the employee that there is a mechanism to answer your questions.
Yeah.
Right. So that you even take this home, come back and you have questions on it. Well, they'll be answered, and they're very straightforward. But I really, for myself, once I figured out that this was all implicit stuff, then my blood pressure went down.
I just-
Everything was okay.
Like under duty to disclose, all employees and officials, whether elected, appointed, or hired of the town of Ashland shall not participate in the conduct of business on behalf of the town or enter into discussion or deliberation of any matter without first publicly and on the record stating all dealings. That can sound a little bit intimidating.
and you look at this time, people there are a lot of extended family members here. So how far does this go? It just is.
Yeah.
Well,
And this is the way, it's a community.
Yeah.
And so, and so it's just kind of getting a little scary,
Well, of course,
but
the
then,
country's so happy too. So,
Yeah.
I get it.
just trying to
I get it.
navigate these waters to better protect the town.
I get it, but I just,
Not only the town, but the people themselves.
Yeah,
The
everybody.
people that are on the boards.
and a lot of times the people don't know, and sometimes, it's like, some of it's second nature to me because I've been in government for so long, but people who haven't been in government,
Right.
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah, I've had to deal with this for a lot of years, so.
Yeah.
And I will affirm that I spent a good amount of time vetting this against New Hampshire statutes.
It's pretty much on point.
I found no violation of statute in it, so I mean.
It's just, it's not layman's terms.
Right, yeah, no, there's no violation here of statute.
No.
And so it is vetted very well, and even to the point where when I first read it, I said there are no penalties here described
Because
for
it's policy, yeah.
this policy. It's not ordinance, okay? And
Yeah.
that was clear in the review.
Mhm.
So whoever did put this together, I don't know where it comes from, but it does. I'm not a lawyer, but in my cursory review of it, I could find no fault with the way it was written.
So we'll look for other examples and maybe.
Yeah,
Sure. We
I
can do
mean,
that.
maybe there's a way to soften this one up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, just want to make sure that we don't head it in the wrong direction,
Correct.
you know, and
Yeah.
cross those lines.
So,
The problem with saying it in simplified terms is those simplified terms might not have the same legal meaning
Right.
as the complex.
Correct.
That's the problem.
But there may be a better way of accomplishing the same goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we can have this policy and you can put it in front of people, and if they don't read it or understand it enough, we're not accomplishing
Yeah.
what we want to
Right, right.
accomplish, to make sure people know what they can and cannot do.
Right.
Or what they have to do.
Yep.
Section 8, confidential information, third line down. You have a zero where a O should be.
Awesome.
It's a minor fix.
I didn't do it. I know we did though. Thank you. Knew there had to be a fault in this somewhere. You didn't even catch that one, Charlie.
Well, I didn't.
Oh, I did see it when I read, I
Did you?
remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was.
Okay. We're kind of on hold for a couple of minutes. We're waiting for KB and Becky, and they're at another meeting. They should be right along.
Mhm.
Do we serve the pizza now?
Oh, I've got to call it in.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
You know, the other night I was thinking about getting Domino's pizza, but then someone put on Facebook their water pipes froze and they were closed.
Mm.
Oh,
I hadn't tried that down at Plymouth yet. That one.
I've had some pizza there that I really liked, and I've had some pizza that I really did not like.
Mm. Yeah.
So,
They gotta work on the consistency, I guess. There's some cold.
should we pause? While we're waiting?
You want me to pause the recording?
Probably.
I don't know if I can.
I don't think you can.
Oh, wait, no, I think I can. Pause recording.
You're up.
Wow, we had, people showed up and asked questions.
What?
Where do I want to start?
Wherever you wanna start.
Okay, it is my pleasure to, as president of the National 4th of July Committee, to, let you know that for the upcoming year, the theme will be a year for, with the letter for, celebration. So a year for celebration. The Mary Rule Award. This award is given to an individual or entity that has worked behind the scenes and has made a significant contribution to the community. I am pleased to announce that that individual is Phyllis Ritzmont. Phyllis is a long-time volunteer with us, with the 4th of July Committee, as a member of the Ashland Community Center, as a member of the Ashland Community Council, the Ashland Historical Society, the Ashland and the State Women's Club, and many other town committees. The Grand Marshal. The 2026 Grand Marshal will be the Ashland Women's Club, which will be celebrating its 100th birthday this year, anniversary. We have planned 3 full days of events. July 3rd, starting at 4 p.m., will be entertainment featuring 4 local bands, games, the food trucks, rally that we've had the last few years. We're actually going on 12 years with that, by the way. And finishing with a spectacular fireworks display at the ballpark. On July 4th, we will have the annual pancake breakfast at the Common Man, followed by a 10 a.m. parade. I am very pleased to announce, and I only just learned this, that the Ashland Elementary School will have a band in our parade this year.
Whoa.
Very excited about that.
Mhm.
And this will conclude at the ball field with our annual townwide kickball game. On July 5th, we move our celebration to the Ashland beachfront and for a 9 a.m. road race and then a timed swimming event, followed by an anything that can float regatta. These will be done in waist deep. The regatta will be in waist deep water. We'll go from one line to the other line and back. Any more information, please feel free to go to the town webpage, 4th of July section. And we're always looking for volunteers because we can't do it without volunteers. Anyway, so to you, sir. The Ashland Historical Society. I am very pleased to come to you tonight on behalf of the Historical Society. I have recently been elected president of the society. We were made aware, and I've spoken to Ron and Andy about this. We were made aware of a grant that we can get through the New Hampshire Preservation Society and the 1772 Foundation. We applied for that grant. We had to have it in the end of December. In January, we found out that they had it's like those other grants where you pre-apply, then you get it. We met the criteria and everything. We have pre-applied. We have now been asked to submit a formal full grant, which we are in the process of doing. That was due today and it was sent out today. We're very hopeful for that. It's a $10,000 matching grant. We have the $10,000 to match it out of the Whipple House Fund, and it will do some very needed repairs to our roof. We had a couple roof issues. We had some come in and evaluate it. It says you really need a new roof. So this will be a great thing for it. While we were applying for that, we found out that there's another grant that we can apply for, which is the T-Mobile Home Grant Program. And this will allow us to do some additional work that should be done that we'd like to do. Mostly, we need to do some work on the chimneys, brickwork outside, some rain gutters, and some other stuff that will help us preserve the building. So for that, however, because it is a town-owned building, and although as you're aware, under the lease, it says that we have to do all the maintenance and everything, but because it's a town-owned building, we need a letter of support to do it. And with your permission, I'll meet with Ron to draft that up. I have to have that in by the 31st of March. So we got some time on that. Okay. Do we have your permission to do that?
Yes.
Okay. It doesn't cost the town anything and it's going to give us $18,000.
Good idea.
We're very happy with it. This year, the Historical Society is planning a very full roster of events. We are going to have a grand opening of all of the Ashland museums on June 27th. So the Whipple House, the Witten House, the Toy Museum, and the
Railroad station.
Railroad station, yep. The Toy Museum, we are very pleased to announce we'll be doing two very special events this year. The first one is, I need to get this right because Sherry told me. What it is it's a flower interpretation of a toy. It's called Shirley's Toys and Bloom. And it will be to honor Shirley Splain, who recently passed away. And the dates for sign up for that is, do you remember?
Yeah, I can.
Becky will get us the dates. The second one will be the Young Ladies Tea. We'll be bringing that back again, which has always been a hit. They do that in July 11th, and it's a fun time.
No,
Um,
it will be a fun time. It's not on July 11th though.
oh, that's the August one?
Yes,
Okay, so the flowers are July 11th.
correct. So they can start signing up, so you can go in and look at the toys and take pictures of them on the 13th of June. The display of flowers will be on July 11th. You'll also, if you miss the 13th, sign up on the 13th when we do our open house on the 27th, you will still be able to sign up and take pictures of the different toys. Again, the July 11th is when the flower displays will be made, and they will be taken with the picture of the toy and left as a display in the museum. And the tea party, will be on August 8th. Sorry.
No, please. Becky's the association's, secretary. Yeah, Historical Society meets the second Thursdays of each, we will be doing presentations, educational presentations, the second Thursday of every month at the Booster Club, from, June through October. There is a issue that I would like to talk to you about, and that is a parking lot behind the Whipple House. We've looked this over. We have some issues with it. First of all, we use that lot from time to time for display as it is, says we can in the lease. We also would be opposed to doing that, opposed to it being a parking lot because there's no access to it. The only access to get to it goes through two other properties the way they want to do it, that they don't own and we don't own, the town doesn't own. The only good access to it would be going through where our tenant parks. You have a 6-foot embankment there, but you have propane tanks there as well. Our biggest concern is liability. They want us to maintain it. We don't have the resources to maintain it. I don't think the town really has the resources to maintain it. And then we're concerned about drainage. Drainage is an issue there anyways. So those are our major concerns. This property was deeded, and well, our other major concern is the deed itself, which says this property was deeded and transferred to the town of Ashland to be a museum. So there is that as well. Did I miss anything, Becky? But
Can I add that, for the 4th of July fireworks, that if I'm right, this will be an extended display given the 250th anniversary?
so back a few years ago, we had a problem with the fireworks, and they did not go off at 9:30. They went off at 11:30, 12 o'clock, due to a battery issue. The company gave us a $10,000 credit. We spoke to them at the time, and they said we could apply that credit to this year. So we applied that credit to this year. So we will have a $35,000 display instead of our normal $25,000 display.
With good batteries.
With good batteries. They are checking those
We hope.
batteries. We were one of 5 communities that had that problem.
Oh,
It was really bad. I believe it was Ossipee. They had to wait a couple days to have theirs. Yeah. Great. Any questions on either of those? Roughly, that's what I said. Lastly, whoops, I need one of those. Lastly, 3 years ago, you guys appointed me as the health officer. Every year I come to you and I say the same thing, which is we are required by RSA to have a health officers meeting, a health board meeting for the town. That board consists of you as the board members and myself as the secretary. And I have to give a report. So, this past year was very busy, although we did have to cancel the public safety day last year due to rain. We are pleased to announce that it is on again this year on June 6, 2026, same day, at the Ashland Ballpark with local, state, and some federal agencies. In addition to the other activities, we've collaborated with the Ashland Municipal Services, Adult and Elderly Services, Department of Justice Elder Care Program, Food Service Defense Program, the Hospice Program, and Spear Memorial Hospital to keep our vulnerable population safe this past week. 3 individuals were hospitalized, and we worked with them to get improved situations for them. during the major power outage, the Ashland Fire Department set up as a warming shelter, charging station, and had plenty of food for people who wanted it. It was a great time, right, Chief? And we had made arrangements to overnight sheltering. Thankfully, we did not need them. We assisted residents with heating issues and collaborated with their landlords to make sure that those repairs were done correctly, and obviously Tom was involved with that. We ended up the year with 21 different cases for service. I have regular conversations with the town manager and the welfare director, as well as the chairman of the board, and keep them apprised of health issues as necessary. I have been appointed to the State Health Officers Board of Directors and the HICD, which is the High Incident Contagious Disease Committee for the state of New Hampshire. Fortunately, we haven't had to meet, and let's keep it that way. I look forward to continuing my service with the board. If there's anything that you need me to do, let me know. And just as a point of fact, my appointment expires on August 8th, 2026. So you have to then to either reappoint me or appoint someone else, your choice. Is there anything, directions that you would like me to add in?
Keep up the good work.
Anything the public would like to say?
Thank you.
Thank
You're very welcome. Have a wonderful day. There's that.
Can you post these on the website, please? Yep.
Ron, I'll email those to you,
Okay,
just for your convenience.
thank you.
The floor is yours.
Excellent. Thank you. First, I would like to let you know that I looked into, being certified as a boat agent, meaning that I would be able to, register boats, which Ashland is currently unable to do at the moment. Boats, unlike vehicles, and you can register at any DMV or any town. So we could potentially have people wanting to boat all over the state to be able to register them here in Ashland. And I believe we get about $10 per boat. The only thing that we would have to do is, Ron would have to sign a paper, to submit it to the state, saying that you've given him permission to allow me to be your boat agent. And then we would have to update my bond with Primex.
Is there a cost for the training or? Is there,
No, it's a video that I would watch.
you want to do this?
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
Well, I did ask her, it's like, geez, are you gonna be overloaded? And her response was, it takes about 5 to 8 minutes to do a boat registration.
More or less, yeah. It wouldn't be very hard.
It's a revenue generator.
It would be,
And we are a boating community.
we are absolutely. And when the marina stopped doing that, I sent everybody to Plymouth. And though I love Plymouth, I like it when our coffers are filled.
Yeah, full service town hall.
Absolutely.
Let the marina know that you're gonna be doing that,
The marina,
so they don't send somebody somewhere else.
they
Or they don't.
they are planning on it, no.
So I'll make a motion that we approve Becky becoming a registered boat registration agent.
A second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Fantastic. I appreciate that, and I think the townspeople will like that as well. I have an intent to cut. This is map and lot number 219-006 off of Sanborn Road, and I looked it over. There is no tax issues with them. So I will pass it around for you to sign.
Which is the screen?
It means that this is a piece of paper letting us know that they are going to cut the wood off this piece of property.
Okay,
And it's,
then they tax.
yes, absolutely.
And as the assessing officials, we're considered the assessing officials, we have to sign off on it.
We'll get a little bit of timber tax
Yeah.
money.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the intent to cut on map 05019-006-000-000.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
You just sign it.
Mhm.
Everybody's signing.
Any further discussion?
This all complies with, rules and regulations for cutting timber. and-
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah.
So I did my job and signed off on it,
Knowing that it complies.
yes,
Thank you.
So I'm signing where it says signature of municipal assessing official.
that is
After
you,
we
absolutely.
get the vote. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Is today the second?
It is.
Groundhog said 6 more weeks.
I'm gonna stick my dog on it. She got the groundhog from underneath my horse. So.
Better groundhog.
Exactly.
Or we schedule a hunting trip. Yeah, get one in there, it sees it our way.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put them this winter on my dog Camilla because she killed that groundhog under the barn.
You know,
So
yeah.
does she listen to me for now?
Um. The next two things that I have to talk about are veterans who filed their paperwork appropriately and had them signed off by the select board prior to my assignment, and they were never granted that on their taxes. I went through the paperwork that with the assessor, I worked with the assessor and made sure that I checked off the list. So everybody on their list was also on my list. And we found 2 veterans that never received their credits.
For how long?
Um, one hasn't received, one signed up in 2019
That's a long time.
and the other signed up in 2023.
Do we know why? I mean, look between the cracks, or nobody
It
followed
was
up?
my predecessor.
I understand, well, blaming you, but.
I-
So,
It is
it's
what it
between
is.
the cracks.
Well, yes.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, we can't go back in time. We can only go back this year. So I would, for these 2 veterans, I would ask the board if we can give them their veterans credit as an abatement, not a refund, and I will have it applied to their taxes.
What roughly, what we're talking about, dollars are involved?
$750 each.
And that's what they should have received had we, the town, processed the,
For each year, but we're only going back 1 year.
right, it only allows you to go back one.
Yes,
So they're only getting 1 year?
yes.
But they will get it going forward.
Correct.
I'll make the motion to approve, the veterans credit to the 2 veterans
If you want them
going
back.
back 1 year.
I don't know how you wanna do that.
One is tax map 205-008-398, and the other is 204-005-39.
I can second that.
So I have a motion and a second to abate the veterans exemptions on both of these properties. Do we have a second? Okay, all right. Do we have any further discussion?
Yeah, it's interested in, so it's $700 per year, this abatement for each one, is that correct? So they're gonna go back 1 year and they're gonna get 700.
It's $750.
Okay.
And we'll put it, I mean, if you approve, then I will abate them, which means I will put the $750 credit back onto their taxes.
Taxes. And there's no amelioration going back further.
The DRA will not allow that.
Right. Okay, and yet it was through no fault of their own.
Correct.
And they had not brought forward that they weren't getting paid, it was, or was it just something that you found, or was it? How, it went that long without being paid, how did it get discovered that it should be paid?
I was working with the assessors on some things.
Okay, and you noticed it?
He pretty much did an audit of all the veterans, and that's when it,
And the
Appear.
exemptions, there were, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, do we have any further discussion? We have a motion on the floor. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. I have two more things. Nice to your pen. Thanks. I have a veteran who, has put in their paperwork, and have, fulfilled all of the qualifications. They supplied me with their DD 214 and they were honorably discharged. So they do qualify for the $750 exemption. The map and lot number is 202-001. You want the top page too?
Must have signed it.
No, you have to make a motion first.
Yeah, we'll have to make a motion.
Oh, okay.
So you have two.
Nope, the other one is
Okay.
an elderly exemption.
Okay. So I'll make a motion that we approve the veterans credit tax map 202 lot 001.
A second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
oh, rough on the pen there.
I am sorry. I'll buy you a new one. Here we go. All right, this last one is an elderly exemption. To qualify for this, they need to be 65 before April 1st. Their income limit for a single person, which this person is, needs to be under $20,000 per year. And their asset limit needs to be under $60,000. This person has presented me with their worksheet showing me all of their income, and they fall below the limit on both things. If you want to look at them, you most certainly can. The way that this would be a tax credit as opposed to an exemption. So the exemption will take $750 off your taxes after your taxes are calculated. What this does is it takes a percentage off of how much your property is assessed for. So it takes the money off the front and then calculates your taxes.
You don't wanna look at that? It's the old distributor.
Sorry, sorry. That was
That's
below the
below.
belt.
Yeah, that's the oil man.
Sorry, Joe.
Wow.
Where's my check?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
There you go.
It's okay, usually you start with me.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, short circuit.
I get it, too, yeah.
Good have. Hey, I've been to a lot of sites this winter.
Mhm.
Nuts. I'm gonna have to buy another ton.
Winter is expensive, it's like this.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the elderly exemption.
I can second that.
I have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any old business? Do we have any selectmen's items?
This is a blank sheet.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Yes, I'll second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. Any further discussion? Have a good night.
And I'm gonna double check.